right, I'm sitting here with the filmmakers of Believe Me. We got Will Backey, the director, Alex Carroll, producer, and Michael Allen, one of the writers, one of the main writers, I believe. Guys, how you doing today?
Doing awesome.
Yeah? Cool. You mind starting off, one of you just kind of telling me in your own words what the film's about?
Yeah, so Believe Me is about 4 college seniors that start a fake Christian charity in order to embezzle money for their college tuition.
Okay. And what would you say? Did the characters learn anything from embezzling, or
Not a darn thing.
not a darn thing?
Michael, did they learn anything?
They learn that you can make a lot of money embezzling.
Okay, all right. People have seen the cast from the trailer. It's a great cast. Talk about the cast a little bit. Talk about putting it together, what it was like, how you found the people.
Yeah, so we went out to LA, got a casting director. His name's JC Cantu. He really just got behind our film, was passionate about it, auditioned so many different people, and all the actors that we chose for the film just fit with what Michael and Will saw when they wrote the script just perfectly.
Cool, man. All right, guys. There's obviously this past year there's been a lot of religious-based films, a lot of God is not dead, things like that. Heaven is for real. Tell me what sets this movie apart from other things.
Yeah, well, Believe Me is very, very different. I think in the sense that it's a satire. This is probably the first thing that comes to mind. We're not trying to push any kind of agenda or message. We just really wanted to tell a compelling story with provocative characters. And so this movie has a lot of delicious elements to it, but I think the thing that separates the most is the comedy, is the humor.
Okay. All right, so elaborate on that question a little bit. What are the main messages you think people should take away from this film? What are you really trying to say to people?
Well, the film challenges the power of platforms. In a cult, that's one of the big themes is calling the power of the guy on stage with the microphone into question, and the way that a lot of us, even the 3 of us at times, have kind of assumed whatever that guy said was true. And so I think we want to make people think deeper about why they believe what they believe.
Cool. Yeah, that's one of the things I loved about the film is that it says so much, but it really doesn't just force the message on you. You know, it kind of lets you kind of make your own opinions, and for people that might not be as religious, it may bring them to see things that they might not always see. Yeah. Okay, talk about any challenges making the film. Anything that comes to mind? Anything real big that you'd be willing to share with us?
Earlier, I said the biggest challenge to me was the 19-day shoot.
Okay.
We shot it real quick so we could, maximize our budget and make the most of the 19 days, but it led to other problems. But I think we pulled it off. It was just a challenge.
All right. You got anything to add?
Yeah, I think just 19 days. I think the marketing and distribution aspect is always a lot more difficult than you ever imagine. So I think that whole process, just getting someone to sit down and watch what you're doing, is always a difficult task.
Yeah, it was a huge leap for us just going from documentaries to narrative features. And when you make a documentary, it's kind of on the fly, and you don't really know what you're doing until you kind of sit at the editing table and look at it. And for this, everything was planned up to these 19 days, and after that, it was there's no going back. So it was a lot more pre-planning than the other films.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. All right, well, tell me a funny story that happened on production, or tell me something that viewers or audiences would love to hear, something behind the scenes.
I got my favorite one.
What is it?
It was when we were shooting with Nick Offerman. I had this big, robust mustache that I was really proud of. That wasn't really that great, but I was looking forward to hearing what Nick would have to say about it. And I never brought it up, naturally, but one of our friends on set finally said, "Hey, Nick, what do you think of Michael's mustache?" And I was really anticipating what he had to say, but I looked over at him and he said, I never noticed it. So it kind of broke my heart. Well, just a little bit.
I think my favorite experience on set is Christopher McDonald hates being hot, to the point where as soon as it's...
I thought you were going to say being called Shooter McGavin.
Well, that's not true. He's fine with Shooter. But as soon as it was cut, he ran over to the air conditioner and was like, "Whoa, baby, come on!"
Yeah.
It was just like always in front of the AC unit at all times.
Yeah, that hung over my head the whole shoot too, because the last question he asked me before he signed on to doing the movie, when we were in LA, I was on the phone with him, he said, "Is it hot in Texas in August?" And I just bold face was like, "Yeah, it gets a little warm." And he was like, "All right, well, let's do it." And I was like, I'm going to have to pay for that later. So it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of great memories.
Cool, man. All right, well, what's next for you guys? What's next for Riot?
A lot of stuff.
I think the next thing is we want everyone to pre-order our film on iTunes. and go to BelieveMeFilm.com and see Believe Me in theaters, and that will help us get to our next great idea.
All
We
right.
have and we're excited about, but not talking about yet.
We'll keep that a secret for now. Gotta keep something in the bag.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it, and let's have a good premiere.
Thanks so
All right,
much.
Ryan.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
Jason.
you.